It's August, so you know what that means. We're going back to school, Ashley Trevino style. Hey everybody, if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things internet drama, theme parks, and Ashley Trevino. And if you're a returning subscriber, make sure you click that notification bell so you never miss a video. In today's video, we're taking a look at Ashley Trevino and a back to school drive that she's taking credit for that she really didn't have anything to do with. Ashley, what the fuck does dancing weird in front of kids have to do with the back to school drive? So here's the thing for me. I honestly didn't pay a whole lot of attention to this because Ashley, she's giving me nightmares again. And I had to kind of take a step back and just, what's it called when you like get the toxins out of your body? Detox. I had to go through an Ashley detox. So I didn't really follow the story that much. And then I started to hear that, oh, Ashley's taking credit for a giveaway, a back to school book bag giveaway. She's twerking and being super weird and inappropriate in front of kids. And I thought, no way is this possible. And in this first clip, you can see that the vibe is kind of weird. The fact that Ashley's dancing and just being super weird in a skin tight dress. Oh, girl, that wasn't it. But in a skin tight dress. And the kids are literally having to wait and watch her perform. They just want to get their book bags, girl. Them kids don't want to see you shaking around that fat, flabby ass of yours. And we don't want to see it either. In this next clip, Ashley's treating herself like a local internet celebrity as she takes all the credit for all of Machon's hard work.
Hey guys, I am in San Antonio with Machon. So we are here to do the backpack giveaway in SA, you guys. Yes. It's going to be a good night.
When the Alibaba is at? Why did you get them kids 57-cent book bags? Okay, so let me explain how this works. I guess Machon was like in charge of this whole event. And look, if you're doing a giveaway and you're trying to help the community, I don't want to say too much bad. However, if you know that you're giving book bags and essential items for back to school to kids, you need to do a little better in regards to what you're getting. No shade, kind of, but when you're giving kids book bags, those plastic cheap book bags, we've all seen those kind of book bags, or like sometimes you'll see like makeup bags, or you'll see like, I don't know, just weird bags that you get from like the discount stores and places like that. You know that those types of bags don't last. It reminds me of the bags that, you know, when you're like going to go on a trip and you buy like the travel bottles, but they come in a package, and the package they come in is usually this plastic zipper case that zips. That's what those book bags remind me of. Those things are not going to last. They're going to last maybe a week or two, and then the strap is going to start separating from the plastic. The plastic is going to tear. I just don't think that was a smart choice. I have done a lot of giveaways. I've done a lot of charity work. I don't talk about it on my channel because it's not relevant to what I'm talking about. But I currently own a beauty pageant system. I haven't done pageants in a while because I didn't like where the beauty pageant industry was going for little kids. My main focus was to build confidence and self-esteem in kids that don't have it. That was what we were for. That's what we still stand for today. And who knows, maybe I'll do pageants in the future. I don't know. we do kind of have the itch to do a pageant, but we don't know what city we want to go to. But anyway, I have done, quote, free pageants before, where entry is like $25 for registration or $50 for registration, but you don't actually pay for the actual competing of the pageant. And that basically pays for like the venue and the staff and things like that, pays for the crowns, all that stuff. But 99% of the costs come out of my pocket. That's why it's called a free pageant, blah, blah, blah. You get it? I hope you do. Maybe. Anyway, but every single pageant, whether it's a free-ish pageant or not, my contestants are always encouraged, not required to, but always encouraged to do some kind of community service. And that community service can be done on their own, but it can also be done in the form of fundraising. And normally we'll fundraise for food banks. We'll do teddy bears for children who have been subject to abuse as kids. We've done domestic violence shelter restocks where it's like personal items for kids and women and things like that. We've been doing that for 10 years now. And when you're doing events for kids, I get it. You want to make it fun. You want to make it inviting. You want to have music and snacks and games and things like that. But you include those kids in those festivities. You don't have them off to the side or down some stairs in the parking lot watching you shake your fat, nasty ass as they're sitting there waiting to get their school supplies. Like, that is so strange to me. The fact that she doesn't really involve anybody in what she's doing, and especially at an event like this that could have made people go, oh, Ashley's not that bad, or at least maybe said something like, oh, that was nice of Ashley. But no, instead Ashley decided to separate herself like she's some local weird celebrity and shake her ass in front of all the kids. And if you don't know what I mean by shaking her nasty, flat, floppy, old lady looking booty, and she's only 36, guys, don't forget that. Don't worry, I found a clip that'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Left, right, right? She's so weird. Have you guys seen those clips where she's like shaking it back and forth, kind of, sort of, but not really, and she's going left, right, left, right, left, right? Like, God. Anyway, in this next clip, you're going to get to see how many people showed up for this back to school event, or how many people decided to just skip it altogether. That's so weird. Okay, let me set up the picture for you, so just in case you don't really understand what's going on. So Ashley Machone, all of her weird people are like back behind those walls or beside those walls. She has those people lined up and coming to get the book bag that she gives them. Now, maybe she was like, oh, do you want purple, blue, pink, black, red, whatever? Maybe she did that. But like, you could have made it fun for the kids. You could have like, okay, so where were they? They were in a restaurant. We'll get to that in a minute. But they're in a restaurant, so maybe they could have took like different color of like painter's tape and did like hopscotch and let the kids hopscotch their way over to pick out the book bag they wanted. Maybe set up like a little bowl of candy or something so they get to pick out their book bag, and then they get to pick out a piece of candy, or like, you know, Ashley, you're making all this money, maybe a little Labubu or something to go on that $3 book bag. Something to make it fun. Maybe some music for them. Maybe like kid songs, or like, I don't know, what's that shit called? Like Kids Bop or something like that. Something kid friendly, Ashley. Kid friendly. Not you shaking your ass in front of them. That's not kid friendly. And if that wasn't weird, check out this next clip where Uncle Fester has Ashley under an interrogation light or a hostage light or some just weird, nasty lighting as they talk about their awesome book bags they're giving away.
Yeah, hold it up. Look, you have pencils, colors, crayons, erasers, colored pencils, spirals, rulers, paper, a backpack, just your bare essentials for kids to start their school year.
And these backpacks are really like sturdy.
Yeah. Please flash in the background.
Like literally.
So these are your starter kits for the kids that really need the bare essentials to start their school year, guys.
In this next clip, the barbecue place where they did this fundraiser in San Antonio received a lot of backlash for hosting Ashley. I think they provided food or something like that to them. Like, maybe, look, that place should have been providing food for those kids, not for Ashley. She can afford it with all her TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat money. Yeah, that's the thing. She's still getting paid on TikTok. She's still getting checks every week from TikTok. That's going to be in an upcoming podcast episode, so make sure you like, subscribe, do all the YouTubey things. But that barbecue place should not have been giving free food to Ashley. Those kids are there because they need free school supplies. Those parents work so hard to take care of their kids, and they can't afford to provide basic necessities like book bags and school supplies. So why didn't you provide those kids with food? So when Uncle Fester's like, oh, don't do that to the barbecue place, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that barbecue place, in my opinion, because they should have been taking care of those kids, not Ashley and her fat ass. Watch the next clip.
We went to San Antonio, gave up the school supplies, whatever. I'm going to continue to say this because I know a lot of you guys have heard this story, but a lot of you guys haven't. We went to San Antonio, did a school supplies and backpack giveaway. This business opened their doors for us to do it at their place. Had no idea the backlash that he was going to get, and he received a lot of bad reviews. He had no idea, and the food is freaking awesome. Thank you, Stephanie. The food, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I go to a restaurant and it's not good, I'm not going to promote it, or a product. If somebody wants me to promote a product and I don't like it, I'm not going to promote it. But I'm going to tell you, Bustin' Q's restaurant, barbecue in San Antonio, Texas, is the real deal. I promise you. You will not be disappointed. So the owner reached out to me after this whole event this past week, and he was getting a lot of flack and everything. And I also reached out to DJ Suavecito out of Hot Tejano radio station out of Austin. And I told him to give him a shout out, and I told him the whole situation about him catching, 1-star reviews just because he hosted and he let us, give kids back.
And just when you thought Bussin' Barbecue in San Antonio was getting a lot of backlash, well, so is Michonne.
I understand a lot of people don't like her. Cool. Now, on to the next thing without her. Will I still talk to her behind the scenes? Of course. If she does something wrong to me, obviously I'll cut her off. But any other event that I do will not involve her. Not because she's an ugly person to me, but a lot of people don't respect her. And I feel like, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna give my supporters, or people who support me, something that they want. And from now on, any event that I do, I wanna do it good. I wanna do it good again. This was not a flop, let me tell you. We were able to help out literally over 100 kids today. It was all kids, literally. We were able to help out over 100 kids today in my community in San Antonio. And I'm so excited for it. So, next thing, I feel like we should do Halloween. A Halloween costume drive, a Halloween candy giveaway, something like a Halloween event.
Listen, I don't know. If they gave away 100 book bags, and that's great. I think that is great. Like 100 families, 100 kids that have book bags, that are going to last for 3 weeks. That's great. But, and you know what? It's the thought behind it. I shouldn't really bash the book bags, but I'm sorry. I know the quality of stuff like that. I buy a lot of wholesale stuff, going back to the pageant industry. I have wholesale vendors and every possible thing you could ever imagine, from crowns to trophies to giveaway bags to backdrops to stage equipment to lighting to sound equipment. anything you could possibly want for entertainment and productions, I have wholesalers for. I've had connections for years and years. And I know that the amount of money that those book bags cost were not conducive to what those kids deserve. And I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. That's my opinion. And I understand he's probably never done anything like that before. I mean, everybody has to learn and grow. But he's so focused on the Ashley drama and, oh, I'm not going to do anything with Ashley anymore, but I'm still going to talk to her. Like, that says a lot about your character. Why are you still talking to someone like that? What do you have to gain from that? It's not anything good. And if you say that you're not going to associate with her in regards to giveaways, then how are you associating with her? Like, what? You have to understand, you are the company you keep, Michonne. You are the company that you surround yourself with. You should always surround yourself with people that you want to be like and aspire to become. And is it possible that you aspire to be like Ashley because she has a big following, because she has a lot of people hate watching her? That does pay her a lot of money, actually. If you go to her Snapchat and you watch more than one story, an ad is going to pop up. And every time you see that ad, you are giving Ashley money. Don't watch Ashley. Don't go to her Snapchat. Keep watching YouTube videos if you want to know the weird, crazy shit that's going on with her. Keep watching Keep watching TikTokers that cover her story. Go to Reddit. I don't care what you do, but don't go to her sites and look for that information yourself. It's not worth it to give her all of that money. That's why a lot of my clips come from TikTokers who have already watched her content, because I see what it's. And if I do myself, and when I do need to go get my own research about Ashley, if I see an ad, that's it. I'm done. I'm not looking at the clip. I don't need it that bad. It's not worth it. I'm not giving her any of my money. So you guys have to realize that by supporting, you know, we can accidentally come across one of Ashley's videos on TikTok that actually comes from her page and give her a view. That's an accident. We don't mean to do it. It's a oopsie and a boo-boo. But Michonne saying that he's going to hang out with Ashley behind the scenes is really weird, really gross, and is really concerning, in my opinion, of course. But what do you think about today's video? What do you think about the fact that Ashley went to a back to school drive and she was twerking and being super weird and gross in front of little kids? What do you think about those book bags? Do you think I'm being too harsh and judgmental? Do you think I should just be thankful that they did a giveaway? Maybe, possibly. What do you think about the fact that Michonne says that he's going to still hang out with Ashley, just not do it on social media so you can see it? And what do you think about Michonne saying that he's going to do like a charity event for Halloween costumes? I think it's a good idea, but I think he really needs to work on his execution if he's going to make it successful. But what do you think? Make sure you let me know in the comments below. That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you want to stay up to date on all things internet drama, theme parks, and Ashley Trevino twerking in front of kids, make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time. Oh, new podcast episode should be up in like a day or two. Ring the bell.